Good day, Deep in Word family. Welcome to day 79 of our Bible study review. Today's study chapters are 16 through 18. Chapter 16 is about the story of Samson and Delilah, quite possibly the most popular story about this judge. We see that he falls in love with a Philistine woman, Delilah, and it is obvious that she is up to no good. She must have been extremely beautiful because Samson saw that she was testing his strength. He saw that she wasn't loyal to him. And we see sometimes that's why we can be blinded by our own flesh. Delilah wanted to know his source of strength and how he could be bound, how he could be overcome. And not once did this alert him in his spirit. Each time that he would tell her a lie about where his source of strength came from, she tested it with the Philistines. But she nagged him so much that he finally told her where his strength came from, that he was a Nazarite from the womb, and that the razor never met his head. And so she finally broke him down. She shaved his head, and the Philistines came to capture him. When they captured Samson, they gouged out his eyes. And then they went to their god, Dagon, and they gave glory to him because they said, "Our God has given Samson, our enemy, into our hands." But then it says that Samson's hair begins to grow back. The Philistines are merry with glee because they have captured their enemy, and they have this big feast, this big party. And inside of the temple, he was tied to the two pillars that were holding up the entire temple. It says that he prayed one last time to Yahuwah as his hair was growing out, and he said, "Let me die with the Philistines." His strength returned to him. He pushed down those two pillars. And it says that along with his death, he killed more Philistines in that setting than he had previously. Samson's brothers, his whole family, takes his body back to his homeland and bury him there. And it concludes that he judged over Israel for 20 years. Chapter 17 opens up with a man named Micah. He is from the tribe of Ephraim, and it says that he took silver coins from his mother, which she had cursed. He gave it back to her, but she said that she wanted to make idols. So that's what happened. An ephod was made, and household idols were made, carved images were made, and he set them up within his house. And it tells us that in those days there was no king, and everyone did what was right in their own eyes. A Levite man from the land of Judah comes up to where Micah is, and Micah asks him, he goes, "Where are you from?" And he tells him, he's like, "I'm a Levite." So Micah's like, "I want you to come in and be my priest." He goes, "If you'll be my priest, I'll feed you, I'll clothe you." And so this young man accepts. He goes into his house and becomes his priest. Do you see how mixed up this is? This man Micah has carved images in his home, and he thinks that because he has a Levite as a priest, that Yahuwah will bless him. So while it is true only a Levite can be a true Levitical priest, we see the mixture. In chapter 18, we see the tribe of Dan. They do not have a portion of land yet, an inheritance yet. They have not settled in. And so they come up to the land of Ephraim, where Micah and his priest are. And they heard the priest speaking. And they asked him, "Where did you come from?" And he tells them who he is and how he was hired to be a priest for Micah. And so they came to him and they said, "Ask Yahuwah for us, that when we go forward, we're looking for a settlement of land. Ask him for us if we will be blessed in our mission." And this young Levite man says, "Go, you will be blessed." So the Danites move forward to go conquer this land of Laish, where the Sidonians are dwelling. They go and grab more of their brothers to go make war and to conquer this land. And so it says that there are 600 fully armed men, and as they go to conquer the land of Laish, they go back to this territory in Ephraim, and they go to acquire this Levite priest, and they also steal the carved images in the house of Micah. As they were stealing the carved images, the Levite priest asked them, "What are you doing?" And they told him, "Be quiet, put your hand over your mouth. Be a priest to us. Be a father to us. Come and serve us." Is it better to serve a full tribe of Israel or just one man? And so the Levite priest thought this was a good thing, so he went along with them. The neighbors of Micah chased after them and asked the Danites, "What are you doing?" And they told them to be quiet, lest they lose their lives. So they went back home, and the Danites continued in their journey to conquer the land of Laish. So that is exactly what they did, y'all. They burned down the cities where the Sidonians were dwelling, and then they rebuilt the city for themselves. They set up the carved images that they stole, and they made the sons of Manasseh priests over them. Now do you see that if you only have bits and pieces, if you have a half-truth, it can become a whole lie? This is why it's so important for you to read the entire Bible so you understand that the Father's commands, they are royal and they are there to protect us. You will see in modern day church the mixture, and the Father is purging the leaven out of the bride of Messiah. Peter reveals that we are the priesthood of Messiah. The book of Revelation reveals that we are his priesthood. Do you see how back in the day they were putting on the priestly garments, but they were serving other mighty ones? This is what the church looks like today. They may not be aware, but when they celebrate holy days that are outside of the Father's holy days, they are profaning the temple, which is us. And they are profaning worship that the Father wants. He wants to be worshiped in spirit and truth. And we can't possibly know that unless we read the full Bible. Deep Inward family, that is all that I have for you today. Until tomorrow, Yah bless.